Yo, what's up, good people? My name is Ngango and welcome back to Defining. Today we're getting familiar with a 20-year-old singer-songwriter whose music can be explained as the perfect combination between charisma and creativity. It's the one and only Elaine.
I will follow you no matter where we end up, no matter how things end up. I will follow you. My heart cannot describe the lengths that I would go to find you.
What's going to be happening is we're going to be getting to know the brains behind the album top charting
The EP. Yeah,
the EP, and we're just going to be getting to know her story, getting to know, her music, and just having a bit of a conversation. If you're looking forward to it, please make sure to give this video a like, and if any moment throughout the video you enjoy what you're watching, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I want to start off by taking things back to the 29th of September.
Oh yeah,
right?
that's the day I dropped.
You're about to go on your social media and
Yeah.
share the link.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind?
That was actually a very frustrating day, because what happened was when we put the project on Apple Music, we forgot to consider the time zones. So it was supposed to drop on the 29th, but it actually dropped on the 28th. I see my phone going off. I'm like, what's happening? Like, who all of a sudden wants to talk to me?
Yet.
It's not even the 29th.
Yeah.
I'm like, who wants to talk to me and about what? And I'm like, I see a tweet and it's like, Elaine's EP just came out. I'm so excited. I'm like, no! So what I did that day is I just went into hiding. Like, I switched off my phone. I went to bed at like 4 p.m. and I was like...
But I mean, you had been working for that moment for a year.
I was, but I felt like because I'm such a perfectionist, it was supposed to be the 29th. And then they were like, you know what? I was like, I'm not going to announce anything. I'm not going to acknowledge it until the 29th. So I'm like, okay, dear God. And then posted it. And like that evening already, it was like... ham. I released the project with like 2,000 followers.
Yeah.
Around about 2,000. And like today, it's been like 2 months later. Almost 2 months. And I'm like on 23,000.
And you had the 1 million plus the 1 million.
We're now on 2.5.
You know what I'm saying?
2.5 million streams. Number one. On all genres and on the R&B.
But how do you make sense of that?
Right? And it's just like the power of the internet, the power of social media, because I did that with no record label, no promo team, just myself, my manager, my boyfriend, my friends, my family. We basically did everything, And it's just like social media, like if your stuff is good, it's good. And people really enjoy good stuff. No one does not like good stuff.
But I mean, before that, there's a journey of becoming that first starts.
Yes, and I feel like that journey started from day one. Like I've always loved music. Like that's always been my passion. That's what I've always wanted to do. And since I was a kid, I've been working towards this moment. And people just think, you came out of nowhere. It happened overnight. It's never overnight. Because you're constantly a work in progress. You're constantly working towards something. You're constantly trying to make something happen. You don't just wake up one day and become a star. It's either you're born a star or not.
So you've wanted to be a star all your life?
I've always been a star. My name means shining star.
Yeah.
So it's written in the stars. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just living in
it's
my
in
truth.
Your DNA.
It's in my DNA. I'm just living my truth. There's nothing extra that you have to do.
Speaking about your journey of becoming. I know even when it came to like choosing genres.
Yes.
It was also based on the fact that you had a certain level of self-awareness that helped you pursue and master your career.
Yeah, definitely. I think looking back at everything, had it been ready the time I had started working on it, that was just the wrong time. I still had so much growing to do, and I grew so much in that 1 year. And that was my first year in varsity, first year out of home, first year adulting, first year having all of these responsibilities, and here I am just trying to chase my dreams and everything is overwhelming.
It sounds like you tackled everything same time.
I was like, I'm leaving the house and I'm fetching my life. That was literally like that was the mindset that I had. I was like, I'm 18 now. I have a license. I have an ID. What's next? Degree and dreams. It was sort of like, I'm gonna do this.
For it.
And like the minute I got there, I was like, okay, I need to find a producer. I need to find myself. I need to find my sound. Who are my friends? Do I have friends? It was just a very formative year, and I'm very grateful for that year. Very, very.
But I mean, coming out of a experience like that, you always know yourself a whole lot more better.
Definitely.
And there's a level of self-assurance that you can give yourself as well, because you know where you're coming from.
Oh, I know. Like, it's been hard. It's a very hard thing to go through, and I feel like most of the time people tend to give up, or they tend to just sort of fall out of place because they feel like it's not happening. But what you don't understand is that that's where it happens, you know, and all of those challenges and breakdowns and heartbreak and disappointment, that's where everything, you know, just happens for you. And that's where you need to persevere and just keep on fighting, because that's where the magic is.
I heard this quote the other week that said, when you're in the middle of it, you don't see the miracle that is taking place.
Exactly. You don't understand that, like, when you're sitting here and just thinking of how horrible your life is, a miracle is being worked in your favor, you know, and you always have to have that mindset of, like, as I'm here, the universe and God is also working on something. You know, there's no way that God works full time. There's no way that you're just a being and nothing is working in your favor. Obviously, if you're also putting in your part, you know, you also can't just sit around and just wait for your blessings. Like, you also need to put in your shift and do whatever you have to do, you know, and everything else will fall into place. I'm a stone believer of that.
I'm a stone believer of the fact that no one can take away hard work.
Never.
And
no,
that's
never.
what, like, a lot of our peers also need to start understanding. Like, if you just put in the hard work, irrespective of when it pops off, people will always recognize everything else as well.
Definitely, and that's something that you need to understand, you know, like, as much as there are shortcuts, your shortcuts shouldn't be any less hard work and passion.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are many shortcuts that you can use, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be easier. You know, the process may be faster, but it won't be easier.
I want to quickly go back to the beginning of this 1 year journey.
Okay,
How did you give yourself a chance? Because sometimes you find all of these problems, all of these insecurities, all of these doubts.
And you just find a way to just, let me not do it.
So how did you give yourself a chance and actually persevere throughout that process?
I love myself, you know, and you should love yourself enough to want the best for yourself.
I think you should say it in that camera as well.
You should love yourself enough to want to give you a chance. Like, you need to love yourself, and if you're not going to give yourself a chance, like, no one else is going to give you that opportunity. You know, you need to make opportunities for yourself. You need to find a way there, because you owe it to yourself. You know, like, I owed it to myself. Like, you can't spend your whole life dreaming about something just for you not to do it because you're scared. You know, you're letting yourself down, and it's an injustice to yourself. So you need to love yourself enough to be like, even if this doesn't work out, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep trying. And it came from self-love and just looking back at the little girl that wanted this so badly, you know, and I would be so disappointed in myself if I didn't feed that dream to her, you know, because that's all I used to think about 24/7. And it's like, am I really going to let myself down and just convince myself that, it was just a phase and I'll grow out of it? And I was like, no, I owe it to myself. I owe it to all the people that I've been singing to all my life, all the people that I've been begging to just watch me and give me tips on how I sound. You know, I owe it to myself, and that's why I was like, you know what, we're gonna do this. And that's why the project also was a very personal project. You know, that's why they were like, no features. It was just me doing my thing.
Now, I know you are studying law,
Yeah.
but at the same time, when it comes to the technicalities of putting an EP together, where did the knowledge for all of that come from?
Well, you have to do your research. You know, you always have to do your research, and as much as you can be talented, the industry is a whole different game.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be a business or a sport, whatever it may be, the industry is completely different from the dream itself, you know, because there are a whole lot of technicalities that you need to be aware of, you know. Something as simple as actually getting your music out there. It costs money. You need to have a specific criteria. There's a lot that goes into it. And so I just did a whole lot of research, a whole lot of reading, a whole lot of asking around, started saving up, stuff like that. Like, you always just need to have a plan, you know.
And then, speaking of saving, how much funding went into this project?
I can't even say it. Because, like I said, I'm independent, so I have to do everything myself. The cover, I had to pay for that. I had to pay for that shoot, and we had that shoot in a theater. So I had to book out that whole theater.
Yeah.
Because they weren't like, no, you can't just come shoot here. We got to get our check. Run me my money. You know, everybody wants money. You know, you can't just be like, hi, I'm an aspiring singer. Please help me. Nobody cares. We don't
100%.
care. Yeah, everybody
you
else
gotta
is
back
aspiring.
your dream.
Yeah,
no one else will.
Everybody else is also aspiring to be something. What's special about you? You know, you
Yeah.
have to run them their money. So that costs money. Styling costs money. Hair costs money. Makeup. I don't wear makeup, but on that day I had to wear makeup. You know, so that costs a whole lot of money. And you also need to have friends that can help you. You know, hence I had to just think about a whole lot of things. There were a whole lot of friends that I had to cut off as well, because I just felt like, not even for my own good, but for their good as well, because there was nothing that was really worth it. You know, our time had come.
But friendship breakups are like
They're
also
hard.
the worst.
They're the worst, and I think friendship breakups really hurt me the most because I invest so much in friends. And you know, I invite you to my mother's house, and my mother likes you, and you know, my mother starts praying for you, and you know, once my mother's involved, it's like you're part of my family, and having to cut you off, not even because something happened, but because of the way you moved. You know, something so small could just make me question everything, because I'm that type of person. I overthink things a lot, and if you're my friend, you shouldn't even put me in a position or in a situation where I feel like, but did she really mean it, or like, didn't she, was it a mistake? And I just don't want to put myself in a position where I constantly have to question the worth of our friendship. You know, it's better for us to just leave it while it still has good memories attached to it, good vibes attached to it, and it's something that we cherish forever, and we move on. Not that we hate each other. If I see you, I'll embrace you, but I mean, other than that, deuces.
It sucks because I think when you get into the process, you just think, I'm going to dedicate some time, I'm going to do some research, I'm going to save some money, and then jiggy, creativity is going to come together. Ideas are going to come together. My dreams are going to come together.
Not at all.
And relationships are still going to be
Not
intact.
at all. Not at all. A lot of things fall apart, but things must fall apart for them to come together.
What do you think is the best thing about you being independent?
Everything happens on my terms. I'm the girl, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. If I say yes, we say yes. If I say no, it's a no.
Hey,
you know? But yeah, like genuinely, especially because I'm a student, you know, like I don't have the opportunity to be as flexible. So when I'm independent, things sort of work around my schedule, you know, in my timetable. And my creative process as well doesn't have to be formalized. You know, it stays as informal as it is. You know, they don't tell me we need an album in the next 6 months. You know, sometimes I can go a year without writing anything because I'm just not in that space. And then sometimes I can write like 30 songs in 1 week. You know, it depends on how I feel. Yes, it happens all the time.
30 songs in 1 week.
Yes. Writing for me is what I do all the time. Like it takes me 5 minutes to write a song. Literally. Like the songs on the EP, the songwriting, that was child's play.
That's what she says now.
That was child's play. No, let me tell you, the hard part for me is the actual recording. Because I have to start over multiple times because I don't like how it sounds. This and this needs to change. The recording takes hours, takes days, takes weeks, takes months. But writing is a gift for me. Like I just write. If I'm in the right headspace, emotionally we good, then we're ready to go.
What's really clear about what you've been saying now is that you've been honoring your journey all the way through, from relationships to life and its changes. To responsibility. It seems like everything else, everywhere you've really been honoring it. And I think even when it comes to your dreams, sometimes you see a template somewhere out there, but if you honor it and you stick to being yourself, the success will just be so much more bigger and greater. So here on Defining, we love talking about love.
Oh yes, I love love.
Wow, on the EP we know you love love. I think there's a couple of questions that people have asked us to ask you, but I think I'm gonna go straight for the jugular and ask you
who broke your heart?
No, who is You're the One about?
You're the One is about my one. Yeah. That's all I can tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Come on.
That's what I'm gonna tell you. It's about my one. I'm a very secretive person. You'll never know. It is what it is.
But if you guys are wearing matchy shoes, maybe we'll be able to pick it up.
Not really. Not really. Maybe. You never know. But no. Like on the real though, You're the One is just about seeking. The whole EP actually is about seeking clarity and love. You know, and it's just about being open, and it's about being honest, and it's about, you know, embracing love in the right way, you know, because sometimes love is tough, love is rough, Love can break you down, push you, you know, it can be crazy. And I just wanted to highlight the different elements, hence the name Elements of Love, you know? Yeah.
But
come on.
Going back to the one,
Yeah.
do you think that we created the concept of the one to soothe our fear of eternal loneliness?
Wow, that is a very tense question. I think in this society, I could say yes, definitely, because a whole lot of people find people because they don't want to be lonely. People don't find someone or decide to be with someone because they feel like, wow, I love everything about you. No, people are like putting up with people because they just don't want to be unhappy and they don't want to be alone. And it's like you sort of make up like, he's the one for me. Why, friend? Why is he the one for you? No, because he you know, he's there for me when I'm alone. He puts up with my nonsense. He takes care of me. You know, and all of that. Sure, we need that, but there's no more like, oh wow, I love the way his eyes sparkle. Like I love the way he makes me feel when I'm having a bad day. I love how we can engage on like topics about the universe, and you know, it's the narrative has changed because circumstances change. And I truly get that, and that's love. Like love is it's broad, it's very broad, and people love people for different reasons, and it works for some people and it doesn't work for other people. You know, that's why it's important to know your love language. You need to be aware of what your love language is. Do you want to be loved in terms of gifts and getaways and vacations and, you know, or do you want to be loved in terms of like actions, kissing you in public, holding your hand, you know, hugging you, coming to your lecture hall with flowers on your birthday, you know, stuff like that. Or do you want a love where you guys are just like, cool, like I love you, but like I'm not into all that extra stuff, maybe in private, but like when we're in public, like don't do that.
No, but don't forget about the words of affirmation.
The words of affirmation, the good morning messages, good night messages, I will never leave you messages. You know, I will never leave you. I'm gonna marry you. My mom loves you. My siblings, they talk about you all the time.
They adore you.
They adore you. I can't wait. Where do you want our wedding to be? Hey, there's different love languages and different strokes for different folks.
Speaking about love and focusing on it a lot, what would you say, you know, especially people in their 20s?
Yeah.
What do you say we struggle with the most there in this love thing?
Oh, wow. We struggle with a lot. Like, I'm not even like a love guru. I'm just doing me, you know. But I think from what I've seen and what I've felt and how I've experienced things, a lot of us struggle with having pure intentions. You know,
True.
Most of the time it's not a pure intention. It's what is convenient. It's a matter of convenience. You know, like if I'm with this person, I'm chilled, you know. It's not it's not really like what are your intentions, and that's why it's so important for you to just say your intentions from the get-go. Like, yo, dude, I don't want anything serious. I just wanna chill, you know. Then be honest. What are your intentions? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be heartbroken because I'm thinking you're gonna marry me, but you don't want to marry me. You don't want to marry me. You're not planning on marrying me. You know. You just want someone there for the sake of being there.
I feel like you're speaking to someone specific. So
no, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, stop putting people through these things. You know, every day, my girlfriends are going through a lot. Every day, it's me. No, like, just what are your intentions? Like, if you just want to chill, tell me, then we can chill.
But I mean, men are doing the most. But this is not what this video is about.
That's another conversation for another day. We're not gonna get into that.
So when we talk about long-term plans for your music, what are we saying?
We're saying more visual content.
Please, come on.
Coming soon. So a whole lot of visual content that I've got planned, and we're planning shows.
We're gonna be at the one on the 29th of November.
Really, you guys are coming?
Yeah, we're Pretoria.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, so we're doing a whole lot of shows. I'm gigging a bit, so you guys can catch me. Just stay tuned to my social media platforms, and you can check that out. And then next year, we're taking it to the top. I'm not even going to say anything. Like I said, I'm a very secretive person. No.
You've been selective about a lot of things. You don't want to tell us the one.
Yes.
Now.
But that's how I am. I'm very secretive because you know people can
you have to
ruin
protect your
people.
Space.
Yeah, you need to protect your space. And until it's confirmed and ready and there and you can see it, then I'll tell you guys. But for now.
there you have it. Thank you so much for featuring on Define. This was a very
Thank you for having
fun
me.
and
It was
interesting
so much fun.
interview.
Thank you so much.
One last time, tell them where they can connect with you, where they can find
guys,
you.
so welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you want more on me and what I'm doing, just go to @LaineymUks, that's LAINEY_MUKZ. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter. I'm not exactly active a lot, but I'd appreciate your follow. And I love you guys. And don't forget to like,
Come on,
and subscribe and comment.
You heard it. Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye, guys.
She must come back tomorrow.
I'm doing Bible study.
Oh,
And
wow.
yesterday was about knowing where your worth is grounded, right? And it said that God gave up heaven's best for humanity's worst. And in that, I just thought to myself, what would God do for our best if that's what
He did
for our
worst?
worst?
That
And
is
that's what I kept on thinking when we were
insane.
speaking, is because I
That
can
is
clearly see that
insane.
through just offering your best, He's showing up for you on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
And that's like quite cool to see.
That's crazy. Where do you go for Bible studies? I want to come.
No, it's a book, a
Oh,
journal.
is it?
Yeah, I'll send you the photo of the book.
Thank
I'm on
you.
day 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
Change my
yeah, you can always. It's never too early or too late. That's
Yeah.
great. Please share.
I will.
That'd be nice.
But don't give up and
Thank you.
keep at it.
Thank you very much. That was very significant to me. Thank you.
Shining star.
Yes, that's me. That's my name. That's my life.
The shining
The
star.
shining star. Yeah.
And if we ever part, trust me when I say that I will find it hard to find you. The oceans know my tears, the city feels my fears, and I know that my God hears, and I know that it's been years of me and you together. Yeah.